This is weird. I was asleep. Well, I was kind of asleep. I was taking a mini nap. Because I don't never put enough of my powers into this Harbor Freight section. So there's some pretty decent. I'm by this Harbor Freight thing. By the Harbor Freight thing in by Date Palm. I don't put enough of my powers near the Harbor Freight thing. So I always park like over down by the other side. So I was gonna park. I parked right here to put my powers in the Harbor Freight. But I had a weird feeling. The moment I parked here, I just had a weird feeling. I didn't want to leave. I had a weird feeling. I just kept having this weird feeling. That's like 2 fire trucks or something. It's like a police officer car and fire truck and kind of weird cars just went in there. I had a weird feeling about staying here and I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay here. But I still don't quite understand why I wanted to be here for something like this to happen. I understand it's a weird situation because in this parking lot you don't see stuff like this very often. You don't see a lot of weird emergency cars going into this parking lot. Not very often. You see a police officer here and there. This is a little weird for this many weird vehicles to come in the area. But I don't know. I knew I felt weird. I knew I wasn't. I knew I felt weird. I knew I didn't want to leave the area. So I knew I wanted to just sleep here a little bit for the Harbor Freight people. And just to be nice with my powers to the Harbor Freight people. Then I knew for sure I didn't want to leave, but I didn't know why. Then all of a sudden, I kind of had fallen asleep. And I was talking to a bunch of gods. I was talking to a bunch of gods about snoring. And making like a snoring topic. Like to honor the gods when a god actually goes onto earth and snores or something. And how we could build like a lot of cool honor of God with snoring. And that'd be kind of cool. Because a lot of women abuse their husbands about snoring. But it's a well-known fact. It's a well-known fact. That if you lost your husband, you would cry forever about them snoring. And we're talking about how we should build something about that. Because I do a bunch of weird things just to do weird things anyway. I'm like a bizarro. I'm a bizarro god. I'm not a typical god. I know I'm bizarre. You could think or say my queen, my queen, my queen. The gods can tell you all kind of cool stuff about a billion gods. And I'm always like kind of weird and bizarre and different than most gods. There's a few gods that are weird like me. And we kind of stand out because we're the weird gods. But I knew for sure something was weird. Then I got up right away and I knew there was something weird about these cars. Something very bizarre and weird about the cars, but I don't know what it is. I'm racking my powers. I don't know what it is. Why? Oh, why? I felt really weird. I felt really bizarre and weird. I had to stay here, but I didn't know why. What is going on? Then all these vehicles. What does it all mean? Why do I feel like it means something? Like I need to know something. Like I need to be the God that understands something. What would I need to know? What would I need to know? This is really weird. Why did I know to be here? And what did it have to do with those dang vehicles? Huh. I'm determined to figure out the answer while I record this. So one day we will all know over and over. Why did I just have to be here? And vehicles showed up here. Why did I just have to be here? And then vehicles showed up here. Oh my God. I just figured it out. I just figured it out. I just figured it out. What I was picking up on is a weird old piece of science. It's like weird old bizarre scientific warp. Kind of like a time warp, but weird and different. That's why I just couldn't believe there was a weird warp in the environment. That weird warp is connected to a ping. So that weird warp is connected to a weird bizarre ping. That weird bizarre ping is going to make psychics feel very weird tomorrow. So if you're a psychic, you're going to feel very weird tomorrow. But now I know why I just couldn't leave. That ping is a really big, massive reality. And I know I needed to be here. Isn't that cool? When you're a God, you can know that you need to do something, even if you don't remember why the hell you need to do something. So when you're a God, you'll remember something even when you're so busy, or because the hurricane Aaron has me very distracted. With Hurricane Aaron, I'm really like, I'm not focused like I should be on a billion other things. But which every emergency, every time there's an emergency, you're gonna get distracted in life. That's emergencies. But this ping is so perfect. It's so smart that I stayed here. When I stayed here, I got to put my powers into the ping. And isn't it great that the power of God kind of tells you to do or not do something. So even if you're busy saving a billion emergency room situations, a billion hurricane situations, still the power of God says, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Bam. My power is connected to the ping. Now my powers are connected to that ping, creating a massive reality that I really could use. Well, maybe a psychic will feel that weird, different feeling tomorrow. And my queen talked to us about it. Whew, thought it was weird to just wake up and know that police officers and fire trucks and stuff were coming in was weird. Because as a God, you never just wake up and think cars are coming in. Like, that never happens to a God. That happens to a psychic. A psychic feels like something's going to happen, and then it happens. When a God feels like something's going to happen, and then it happens, it's usually really massive, overwhelming stuff. Whoa. That's kind of cool.